Have you ever seen a woman walk into a room and without saying a word, hearts turn toward her? Not because she tried, not because she begged for attention, but because she carried something rare, something unshakable. That is the secret glow, the kind of presence that makes a man want to know her, respect her, cherish her. And here's the truth. This glow has nothing to do with perfect hair, flawless skin, or the dress she wears. It is the way she moves through life. It is the quiet confidence that says, "I know my worth, and I will not trade it for less than love that is real." A poet once said, "The flower does not chase the bee. It blooms, and the bee comes to it." That is exactly how a woman who has this glow lives. She does not run after love. She becomes love. She knows that when she stands strong, when she values her heart, the right man will not have to be chased. He will come closer on his own. Think of the sun. The sun does not whisper to the earth, "Please notice me." It simply shines, and everything that needs its light finds its way. A woman who shines from within will draw the right kind of love without speaking a word. She does not have to prove her value to a man. Her presence speaks it for her. But here's what most women forget. The glow begins inside. It starts when she chooses peace over desperation, when she walks away from love that confuses her and stands still for love that cherishes her. The moment she decides she will not fight for a place in a man's life, that is when her light grows so bright that the wrong man cannot stand near it, and the right man will never want to leave it. Dear lady, you are not here to chase affection. You are here to be the kind of woman whose energy makes a man feel lucky every single day. You are not an option, you are the prize. And when you live like that, when you breathe like that, you step into the life of a queen, a woman who does not demand love, but inspires it. If this message touched something deep in your heart, if it reminded you of the power and beauty you have always carried, then take a moment to like this video and subscribe to the channel. We are working hard to bring you the kind of words that lift you, guide you, and remind you of your worth every single day. This is your space, your community, your reminder that you are never alone on this journey, and together, queens, we rise. Number 1. He feels drawn to the peace you carry. Have you ever noticed how rare it is to meet a woman whose presence feels like a deep breath on a heavy day? A woman who walks into a room and without saying a single word, the atmosphere changes. He notices her not because she is the loudest voice or the most glamorous face, but because she carries something he cannot find anywhere else. Peace. And not the fragile kind of peace that disappears when life gets hard, but the kind that feels like home. That beautiful lady is one of the most powerful forces in love. Rumi once said, "When you feel a peaceful joy, that's when you are near the truth." A woman who has found her own truth radiates a glow that no makeup, no outfit, no forced charm could ever create. She doesn't need to chase affection because her calm presence makes a man want to stay. When she speaks, her words carry softness, but her silence is just as magnetic. Think of a calm lake on a summer morning. The water doesn't rush, it doesn't compete with the rivers, yet everything comes to it. The birds, the light, the life. That is how it feels to be near a woman who carries peace. A man's heart, even if restless, finds itself slowing down around her. Her energy tells him, "You are safe here," without her having to say a word. But here's the truth. This kind of peace doesn't come from waiting for him to bring it. It comes from building it yourself. It comes from letting go of the need to control who stays or who leaves. It comes from knowing that your worth is not measured by his attention. And when a woman reaches that place, she becomes unforgettable. Dear lady, this is where you step into the life of a queen, not a queen who rules with noise and demand, but a queen who knows her crown is secure whether he stays or walks away. Peace is your power, and the right man will feel it the moment he meets you. Queens, write this in the comments and claim it. My peace is my power. And if this message reminded you of the strength you already hold inside, like this video and subscribe to the channel. We are working hard to bring you life-changing lessons, to remind you that your glow is not in chasing love. It's in becoming the kind of woman love can't resist finding. Number 2. He can't ignore the way you choose yourself first. Have you ever seen the look in a man's eyes when he realizes you no longer put him before yourself? It's a mixture of surprise and something deeper. Fear. Fear that the woman he thought would bend, wait, and compromise has learned to stand tall. That is the moment he knows he is no longer in control, because a woman who chooses herself is a woman he can't take for granted. Rumi once wrote, "Do not get lost in the world, rise above it." And in love, this means refusing to get lost in a man's chaos, his indecision, or his inability to give you what you deserve. When you decide to put your happiness first, when you stop running after love and start walking toward your own peace, he feels it. He might not say it, but he sees the shift, and he can't ignore it. Imagine a river. It flows strong and steady, not stopping for rocks in its way. A woman who chooses herself is like that river. She keeps moving, no matter who stands in the current. She does not wait for a man to build the bridge. She crosses the water on her own, and once a man sees that, he understands he must either match her strength or lose her completely. In relationships, the most magnetic thing a woman can do is live as though her life is already full, because it is. You don't stop loving, but you stop sacrificing your peace to keep a man comfortable. You don't stop caring, but you stop breaking yourself to hold on to love that doesn't hold you back. And that quiet decision, that choice to honor your own worth, creates a glow he cannot ignore. Beautiful lady, this is where your reign begins. You are not an accessory to a man's life. You are the center of your own. When you choose yourself, the wrong man will fall away, and the right man will step closer because he will know he is standing before a woman who values her heart. Queens, write this in the comments and claim it. I choose myself first, always. Let the world see it. Let your heart feel it. And if these words lit a fire in you, if they reminded you of the strength you carry, then like this video. We are working hard to bring you life-changing lessons that help you rise higher every day. And together, queens, we will keep building this empire of unstoppable women. Number 3. He hears the silence that holds your worth. Have you ever noticed how silence can speak louder than any words? There is a moment when a woman stops explaining herself, stops asking for clarity, stops trying to prove why she deserves to be loved. And that silence changes everything. A man can ignore words, he can dismiss pleas, but he cannot escape the weight of a silence that holds dignity. That silence is not emptiness. That silence is a mirror showing him exactly what he lost. As Rumi once wrote, "Silence is the language of the heart, all else is translation." When a woman chooses silence, she is not surrendering. She is rising. She is saying without saying, "If you could not see my worth when I was near, you will feel it now that I am gone." That kind of silence does not come from weakness. It comes from strength that no one can shake. Think of a mountain at dawn. It does not shout to announce its presence. It stands still, unmovable, and yet it commands awe. A woman who carries her worth in silence is that mountain. She does not chase a man. She does not beg him to stay. She lets the stillness show him that love should never have to fight for a place to exist. And when a man realizes that her voice is no longer reaching for him, he begins to hear what he never listened to before: her value. In relationships, this silence becomes the most powerful shift. It's when you stop running after answers and start walking toward peace. It's when you let go of a man who cannot see you, and in doing so, you make space for a man who will. That is the secret glow, the quiet light that says, "I do not need to be chosen to know I am worthy." Beautiful lady, your silence is not a void, it is a crown. It tells him that your love is not desperate, your heart is not for sale, and your soul will not be begged for. This is where you step into your reign, not with noise, but with the calm certainty of a queen who knows her value. Queens, write this in the comments and claim it. My silence holds my worth. We are working hard to bring you life-changing lessons that remind you of the power you already carry. Together, queens, we rise. Number 4. He sees the light. You didn't dim for him. Have you ever noticed how the brightest stars never ask to be seen? They simply shine, and anyone who looks up cannot ignore them. That is the power of a woman who refuses to dim her light for a man. When she walks into a room, her presence speaks before her lips ever move. He can feel it. He sees it. He knows there is something rare standing in front of him, something he cannot own, only admire. A wise saying goes, "A candle loses nothing by lighting another candle." But the tragedy is when a woman lets her own flame burn lower so he can feel taller. You may have done that before, softened your voice, shrunk your dreams, quieted your laughter, just so he would feel comfortable. But here is the truth. Love built on the dimming of your light is not love. It is control. And the moment you stop dimming yourself for him, your glow becomes untouchable. Think of the lighthouse standing tall at the edge of the sea. It doesn't chase the ships. It doesn't ask the waves for permission to shine. It simply stands in its strength, guiding those who value its light, unshaken by those who drift away. That is you when you stop lowering your brilliance to fit into his shadows. And here's the thing. Once a man has seen that light, he will never forget it. Even if he walks away, even if he tries to replace you, there will be nights when he closes his eyes and remembers the way your presence lit up his world. Beautiful lady, you were not born to make yourself smaller. You were not born to hide your fire just to keep a place in his life. The man who deserves you will never ask you to dim. He will stand in your glow and call himself blessed to be there. That is the secret glow, not chasing, not proving, not begging, but simply living so fully that love finds you without effort. Queens, your light is your crown. Never lower it for him. Write this in the comments and claim it. I will never dim my light for his comfort. Like this video and subscribe to the channel, because we are working hard to bring you life-changing lessons that remind you of your worth and help you rise into the woman you were always meant to be. Number 5. He feels the difference between being wanted and being needed. Have you ever seen the way a man's eyes change when he realizes a woman chooses him but doesn't depend on him to breathe? There is a power in that choice, a love that is free, not chained. A man can feel the weight of being needed, but he feels the beauty of being wanted. And when you carry that kind of energy, it makes his heart pull toward you without you lifting a finger. As Rumi once wrote, lovers don't finally meet somewhere. They're in each other all along. That is the secret. You are whole already. You are complete already. You are not reaching for him to fix you. You are inviting him to walk beside you in the light you already have. Think of a garden in full bloom. The flowers are not begging for rain, yet when the rain comes, it is welcomed. The flowers stand tall, rooted, vibrant, and ready. That is how a woman with this glow loves. She is not empty without him. She is already alive, already shining. His presence adds joy, but his absence cannot take away her life. When a man feels that you could live without him, but you choose to share your life with him, it changes everything. He knows your love is not desperation, it is devotion. He knows your affection is not born from fear of losing him, but from the pure joy of having him. That is rare, and once he experiences it, he will not want to let it go. Dear lady, you are not here to grasp at love like it's slipping away. You are here to offer it like a gift, knowing your worth is never tied to whether he stays or goes. The moment you live like that, you shift from chasing to attracting. You become the woman who draws love without asking, who inspires loyalty without demanding it. That is when you begin to live as a queen, steady, graceful, unshaken. Queens, write this in the comments and claim it. I want him, but I don't need him. Let it be your truth, your reminder, your power. We are working hard to bring you lessons that awaken your worth and guide you toward the love you deserve. Number 6. He can't replace the warmth that comes without asking. Have you ever met a woman whose love feels like sunlight? Not the kind that burns, not the kind that demands anything in return, but the kind that warms you without asking. The kind that makes a man feel alive without him even realizing why. That is the kind of warmth he will never be able to replace, because it is not bought, it is not begged for, it is not performed. It is simply who you are when your heart is full and your soul is at peace. A wise saying goes, real love is felt in the quiet ways, not in the loud demands. When a woman gives without keeping score, when she loves without bargaining, she creates something rare. And here's the truth. The man who has felt that will carry it with him forever. He may search for it again. He may think he can find it in another smile, another embrace. But nothing will match the way you gave without asking. That is the ache he will carry when he realizes your warmth was not a trick to keep him. It was a gift he will never hold again. Think of a fire on a cold night. It does not ask the traveler to prove he is worthy before it gives heat. It burns because that is its nature. But when the traveler walks away, thinking he can find the same comfort elsewhere, he soon learns not all fires burn the same. Some flicker out, some give light but no warmth. And one day, as he sits in the chill of his choices, he will remember your fire, the one that asked for nothing but gave everything. Beautiful lady, understand this. Your glow does not come from chasing his love. It comes from loving yourself so deeply that your kindness, your energy, your warmth overflow naturally. That is when the right man will be drawn to you, not because you convinced him, but because your presence feels like home. That is the life of a queen, a woman who does not give to be chosen, but is chosen because she gives without fear. Queens, write this in the comments and claim it. My warmth is my crown. We are working hard to bring you life-changing lessons, to remind you of your power, and to help you rise into the love you truly deserve. Number 7. He knows he's facing a woman who won't break for him. Have you ever seen the look in a man's eyes when he realizes the woman in front of him will not shatter for him? It's not anger he feels. It's not even confusion. It's fear. The fear of knowing that the power he thought he held over her was only an illusion. He thought you would crumble when he pulled away. He thought you would lose yourself without his presence. But here you are, still standing, still glowing, still more than he could ever hold in his hands. A wise saying goes, a strong woman stands up for herself, but the strongest woman stands without needing anyone to hold her up. That is the truth he faces now. When he looks at you, he sees a woman who refused to break, a woman who turned her pain into armor, her heartbreak into fire. And that fire, it does not burn for him anymore. It burns for your own life, your own dreams, your own joy. Think of a mountain. Storms can rage, winds can howl, rain can fall for days, but the mountain does not move. It remains unshaken, powerful, and beautiful in its own silence. That is what you have become. He could not shake you, and that is the very thing that will haunt him. In love, a man can respect beauty, he can desire charm, but he cannot forget strength, especially the strength of the woman who loved him deeply but walked away when he failed to honor that love. You are not here to beg for his presence. You are here to live in such a way that his absence only makes your glow brighter. Beautiful lady, understand this. A woman who cannot be broken is a woman who will always attract the kind of love that lasts. Not because she demands it, but because her very presence tells a man, if you want to be here, you come with respect, you come with effort, you come ready for love that is real. That is the secret glow, the power of knowing that your heart is priceless and will never again be placed in careless hands. Queens, write this in the comments and claim it. I do not break, I rise. And if this spoke to your soul, like this video and subscribe to the channel. We are working hard to bring you these life-changing lessons so that you never forget. Your glow was never meant to be dimmed.